As traders, it's not all about learning a particular trading strategy. It's not about learning all the time. There are days you need to sit down, analyze yourself, and then see if the strategy you're using is actually making you money. Because the whole reason of you being here, the whole reason of you subscribing to this channel, the whole reason of you signing up for a trading course or a trading mentorship is to make money. There comes a time where you need to take a leap of faith. There comes a time where you need to take advantage of the trading opportunities you spot on the market. It's not all about finding trading opportunities and then posting screenshots of them on your Instagram or your Twitter and then bragging about them. You need to look deep within you and then see if you're making money from the trade you're taking. Regardless of where you make your money from, there is no better fulfillment than actually being paid by the market. The money you actually make and withdraw from the market provides you with gratification you might not get from any other place. So always make sure that whatever strategy you use, whatever technique you use to trade, it should at the end of it all be capable of making you money, regardless of how big, regardless of how small. $100, $50, $20, $10, $1,000, $1 million, it doesn't matter. You need to make money from whatever strategy you are using to trade Forex. So in today's video, we'll be looking at a simple technique you can actually use if you're looking to make consistent, reasonable amounts of money trading Forex. So let's say $100. So today I'm going to be teaching you how you can easily make $100 using a simple trading technique I actually use. I've actually shot a video on it before, but like I always say, every video I make on here is extremely practical because it is a trade I've taken with my trading community. It's just to reveal to you the rationale behind me taking that trade, the various things I looked out for when I took that trade, the time I shared it with my community, and profits we all made from this. So this trade, I took this trade yesterday on GBP USD. It was a simple short position with a simple trend line technique I actually use. You know my trend line technique. I look for my first touch, second touch, third touch, then now I wait for my consolidation or my confirmation, then I just jump in on the trade. It's not about the strategy you use, it's actually about the confidence you have in that particular trading strategy that determines how much you make from it. The strategy can be 100% solid, but if you do not have 100% confidence in that particular trade, you're not going to go in with the lot size you're supposed to go in with. You're going to go in with an extremely small lot size because you don't have that confidence. You do not feel you have an edge with that particular trading strategy. What the confidence does is that's what determines how much you risk on that particular trade. That's what determines your lot size on that particular trade, because you know how much you make on any trade is extremely dependent on how many pips that particular trade gives, as well as your lot size is extremely important, because your lot size times your pips is what determines how much you make. So before I take any trade, you know what I always do, my position size calculator. It helps me calculate how much I'm risking on that particular trade, but it also helps me know how much I'm also willing to make. That way I know what lot size to use in order to take advantage of this particular trade. So without wasting my time, let's jump right onto the charts. Let me explain to you the rationale behind me taking this trade and then the various tools I used to maximize my profits from this particular trading position. You know what I always say, before I take any trade, I'm actually on cashback Forex. So I calculate what I'm trying to risk on this particular trade as well as what I'm also willing to also lose on this particular trade. So let's say I'm about to take a trade on GBP USD. So now I want to know the position size of GBP USD. So let's say if I'm using one lot for GBP USD, my opening price is 1.2730. I'm looking to, let's say, make 30 pips on this particular trade. So now I'm selling here, taking my profits here. This is 30 pips on this trade. So if I'm using one lot for 30 pips, this is how much I'll make. So you realize that for 30 pips, I'll actually make what, $300 on this trade. It means that it's 1:1. 30 pips, I'm making $300. It means that 20 pips, I'll actually making what, $200. So if I'm using one lot and I'm trying to make $100 on any trade, it means that all I'm looking for is 10 pips. Then I easily make my $100 and I'm done. Let's say if my lot size is 0.5, I make what, $150. It's your pips as well as what your lot size which determines how much you make trading Forex. So now this same GBP USD example. So all I used for this trading setup is my trend line strategy. If you've not watched my video on trend lines, I'll actually share it at the end of this video so you can also go back and see my main trend line strategy and then how I take advantage of it to trade. And I need my point of inception, my second touch, then I just draw my trend line to touch, connecting both points. Then what do? I simply wait for a third touch. Then now what happens at the third touch is what determines whether I'm buying or selling. So now I have my trend line tool here. This is my point of inception. I draw it, connecting both points. So you realize that I now have my first touch and then my second touch here. As we always say, you can label this as your point A and then you can label this as your point B. So now what do? We simply wait for a third touch, and now we just come and make our trading decision. So what do I always say? If you know you cannot be seated by your chart 24/7 waiting for the market to get there, all you need to do is to just hit your trend line, come to alert, then just set your alert. So you can set your alert, name it third touch, sell, Once the market hits there, you get a notification. If you're not with your laptop, make sure you also have TradingView installed on your phone, so you actually get a notification telling you the market has actually gotten to your point of interest. All you do next is come and wait for your confirmation, then you just pull the trigger on this particular trade. So now all we do is wait for a third touch on this trend line. So the market hits us for the third touch. Now what do we wait for? We are waiting to see if it will consolidate nicely and then give us some sort of confirmation indicating that the market is actually about to sell over here. So now we wait and see. You realize that the market is actually pausing, starting to consolidate in that particular region. You have 3 candles there now. So the next candle, which is my engulfing candle, called my bearish engulfing candle, is my confirmation. So my first entry was actually here with my stop loss right on top of the range. Where am I expecting it to get to long term? All the way down here, but you know my rules. So now I can easily have my TP1 as well here. Overall, the whole move is giving me about 130 pips. So let's say I'm using this wick as a reference point for my TP2. Then I'm waiting to see if long term it will actually come and then tap into this support. So now all I do next is just wait and see how the market reacts to my levels. So first candle nicely pulls back a bit. This was actually when I actually sent it a signal to my trading community. So with my trading community, they had their entry here. So once the entry was here, now all we needed to do was to wait for the market to give us our profits. If I'm trying to make $100 and I'm using one lot, I only need 10 pips. If I'm using 0.5, I only need 20 pips. If I'm using 0.1, it means I actually need about 100 pips. So you realize that it depends on your lot size, then the pips. That's what determines how much you're trying to make. So if I'm trying to make $100 as fast as possible, I'm using one lot. 10 pips, I've made my $100. More reasonably, 0.5, 20 pips, I've made my $100. So now let's see how this trade actually went for us by looking at the next candle. So you realize that now we hit our TP1, it pulls back, it runs through again, and then currently the market is actually sitting around this zone now. And we are watching nicely how it's going. So as you can see, I even sent a message to the community indicating that if they are expecting to hold their trades overnight, what they always need to do is to make sure they trail their stop loss to entry. So now stop loss is at entry. So now you're running a free trade and then you've already booked maximum profit. You've already taken more than 50% of your profits. You are trying to hold it to TP2 and then see if you actually eventually go to TP3. If you also remember my favorite chart pattern I always talk about, if you look at how this candle has actually consolidated here, I've actually added more positions in this particular region because of how the candles consolidated here, indicating to me to expect a continuation on it to the downside. So like I always say, every setup I share on here is a trade I've taken. I'm actually monitoring the market to see if I'm actually going to get more opportunities for today as well. If you want me to make more content like this, please make sure you like this video, like it so it goes to as many retail traders as possible. Also make sure you subscribe to this channel, join the family for life. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you need a community for more trading updates, hit the link in my description to join my trading community on Telegram. We've actually exceeded 13,000 subscribers now, going for 14k now. If you're new to Forex, trading Forex for a while, or you need a reliable and then a solid broker to help you in your trading journey, hit the link in my description to sign up with my recommended broker with the best trading conditions, the tightest spreads, as well as 24-hour customer service. Also keep up with me on my socials. Like I said, I actually share this trade on my Instagram. I shared it on my Twitter page as well, so you can also keep up with me on Twitter, KOMMONFOREX, on Twitter, KOMMONFOREX, on TikTok, KOMMONFOREX, on Telegram, as well as KOMMONFOREX on Instagram. Follow me on all these platforms and keep up with my trading journey as well. If you're looking to grow in Forex but do not have enough capital to scale up your trading, prop firms are also here to help you. There's a link in my description which also takes you straight to my recommended prop firm where you can actually get your leverage in real life and then scale up your trading. As always, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. See you in the next one.